Hi, I'm Todd Henderson. Today we're going to show you how to install the BedTred Full Bedliner on this 2015 F150 with a 5.5 foot bed. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, so we've gone ahead, we've washed the bed of the truck and we've thoroughly dried it to make way for the BedTred install. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to go to some of these components that are inside the bed, this bracket, your tie downs in the front and in the back on both sides. We're going to remove those. What that's going to require is a T30 Torx bit. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the bulkhead and I'm going to take a couple of strips to attach to the bulkhead piece. The 63.5 inch long one is going to go right across the top, and we're going to want to trim off the excess. Next, I'm going to take a 60 inch piece. I'm going to go to this portion right across here. Next, I'm going to take 5 of our short pieces. I'm going to put them along the bottom. There we go. Then we're going to take another 60 inch piece, cut it in half, go 10 inches in from where it touches the bulkhead, and we're going to put a couple of 30 inch strips on the inset. This is the side that meets the tailgate. We're going to take a 60 inch piece right along here, and again we'll want to cut off our excess. Front and back side of the wheel well, we're going to use 6 inch pieces. Now we're going to take a 10 inch piece of Velcro and set it right up above the crest of the wheel well. We'll take a few of the smaller pieces of Velcro and then we'll attach it across the top. Now your instructions are going to call for small pieces of Velcro along here. Personally, I like to put a large strip going along the side. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to attach the sides and the bulkhead to the floor portion and just zip it together. It's nice and centered side to side. I'm also going to make sure it's shifted as far forward as it can go as well. You want to make sure that the edge is nice and even all the way along where it meets the tailgate. I'm going to come down here and see where my Velcro is going to be attaching to the floor of the bed. Now I've got it on this ridge right here, so what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to wipe that down with some isopropyl alcohol and peel off the tape and set it straight down and put pressure on it. We're going to flip around and do that on the other side as well. Now we're going to go ahead and set the tailgate portion in place, and so to do that, again, we're going to clean off the paint with alcohol. The instructions say to attach the white piece of Velcro to the bulkhead portion. You're actually going to want to attach it to the side portion. So what we're going to do is we're going to take off a piece of the Velcro and get it to the right length. What we're doing is we're just bringing it up to this point. We're going to cut that straight across. All right, and then we're just going to take and run the Velcro up this edge. We're going to cut a second piece and put it here. These 3 places right here where it meets to the paint, we're going to go ahead and wipe those spots down, peel away the adhesive protectant, the tape, bring it around and make contact. Put good pressure on the adhesive, give a good bond. We're going to wipe this down with alcohol up in here. Peel that away. Now this is going to have to squeeze up under like so. Now what we need to do is we need to find these 4 holes that attach the bracket. We're going to find the holes. One right here. I'm going to take a pick tool. Take a little silver Sharpie, do that on all 4 of these, and make a little X, or excuse me, a little square around each one of these marks, cutting through the material, just a very small square. Now we're going to repeat that same process with all 4 of the brackets and all 4 of our tie-down cleats. Now before we attach our tie-down cleats to the bedpost back here, what we're going to want to make sure we do is push this crease all the way back up into the corner. We're going to want to go ahead and set the material up underneath the bed cap. And work your way down to the bottom. All right, now one thing we're going to need to do is we're going to actually need to trim some of the BedTred material down here. You're going to want to make a little relief cut. And then you can kind of curve that back out like so. You do that on both sides. And when it's done, it should just fit right up inside like so. And I've got the Velcro attached. I'm going to go ahead and attach the rear bracket and tie down hook. Now we're going to move to the bulkhead. We're going to start at the bottom and release the adhesive protectant off the back of the 3M. As we roll it up, we're going to want to bear down at the bottom of the bulkhead as we push up and make that Velcro give contact. We're going to release the Velcro adhesive on the middle strip. And we're going to slowly bring it up to this point here. So we're going to go ahead and release the adhesive strip. I'm going to bring that all the way up to the top, just like so. Now we can move to tailgate. Now I've already cleaned off this area right here with alcohol, but just alcohol is not going to be good enough to make sure that the Velcro stays in place. We're also enclosed some 3M adhesive promoter. And what we're going to do is we're going to apply that adhesive promoter all the way across the bed cap. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to flip the tailgate piece over. We're going to take our last full length 60-inch strip and we're going to attach it to the very edge. And put that all the way across. And then we'll trim off this about 3/8 of an inch that's hanging off. All right, now we're going to go ahead and flip it back over. And make sure everything lines up. Next, what we're going to do is peel this back. Go ahead and start releasing the adhesive. Now we want to make sure that this adhesive promoter is nice and dry. And take and start sticking it to it. We want to have a good amount of pressure. Now we're going to use some Velcro and attach the remainder portions. Okay, so if you have the in-bed light, what you're going to want to do is hold your finger down at the bottom of the light, another finger up towards the top of the light. You want to take and mark a line just like so. Now we're going to take your utility blade, and we're going to cut right along that line. Next, we're going to take a plastic pry tool and get behind it from the bottom. Pops loose from the bottom and then slides out of the top. So we're just going to slide that in for right now. We want to trace along the outside. We're going to go ahead and trim all the way to the edge of that line. Okay, so we went ahead and pop the light back in place. Now we can go ahead and put the tread back in place. Now for our lights, the button is located right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to just take a little washer, set it in place. We're going to take a silver Sharpie, and we're going to mark this spot right here. So we always know how to turn on and off our lights. Well, that concludes the installation. If you have any questions, call the experts. We're here to help you out.